Welcome back to our candidate interview series. Today we have Olivia Roberts, who's running for Supervisor of Elections. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Matt?
I'm great. You ready to get started?
I am ready.
All right. First question, what are your top goals if you're elected?
Top goals if elected would be to expand community involvement, educate our current and future voters, implement a internship program for high school and college age students, and increase voter turnout.
Okay. What are the biggest issues you think the Supervisor of Elections office needs to address?
Presently, I don't think there are any major issues facing the office, but I do think space would be an issue that would come up in the future. I recently had the opportunity to attend the public accuracy testing that they hosted within the office with the machines, the staff, the canvassing committee, and the public individuals that were there. It was a tight squeeze. Like I said, I don't think it's something that will need to be addressed this year or maybe even next, but definitely in the future would probably need to be addressed, the space within the office.
Okay. What are some changes you'd like to make if you're elected?
If elected, like I said, I would love to implement a internship program for high school and college age students. Being able to work under Congresswoman Kat Cammack was one of the best experiences of my life, and it definitely changed the trajectory of my life course. So to be able to offer that to local students would be not only amazing for them, but our community as well. Opening that, giving them that experience to have the life-changing opportunities, but also to get them involved and learn more about our local community. I would also like to make sure that we are involved in the community as we can be. I want people to know who their supervisor of elections is, who their staff is, and what their office does. Push into schools, have booths at local community events. I want this office to be present and woven into every aspect of our community. But both of those things would also aid my other goals, which would be to increase voter turnout and educate our current and future voters.
What are the biggest challenges you think the county faces right now, whether it's in terms of voting or anything else?
So I don't think there's any major things facing Supervisor of Elections office, but as the rest of your interviews have said, I do think growth is a major thing that we're experiencing with Gilchrist County. The growth that we've seen in the last 5 years has been exponential, and growth affects every aspect of our county. I think that there are many things that will need to be or are currently being looked at, like infrastructure, road, and schools.
All right. What are some things you think that the Supervisor of Elections office is doing well right now?
I think our Supervisor of Elections office is great. I think it's always been running well. We've always had great, elections that have been ran efficiently, and the staff is great, and I'm very thankful for that.
What makes you the best candidate for this position?
As I've said time and time again, I am not the candidate with the most experience. But the thing about experience is that it can be gained. And what I do know is it's time for a younger generation to stand up and get involved within our local, state, and federal government. I have the integrity and passion to continue in the role as the next Supervisor of Elections. And I know that this role goes beyond elections. And I'm prepared to hit the ground running and do the work that's needed to do to carry on this position. I will work very hard to ensure that our voters' integrity is upheld. And ultimately, I have an unwavering love for our country and our county, and I'm thankful for that.
What experience do you bring that will help you once you're elected?
As I've said before, I'm not the candidate with the most experience. But what I do bring to the table is a college degree and a work ethic that'll be unmatched. That work ethic led me to work in D.C. underneath a congresswoman. Within that realm, I was able to gain experience working every single day with the constituents. And like any elected official's role, it requires more than just desk work. It requires people skills, it requires kindness, and it requires a drive to strive to do your best to meet the needs of the people that you're serving. At the end of the day, I encompass all of these skills, and I'm ready to put those skills to work for Gilchrist County.
All right. What can the citizens of Gilchrist County expect from Olivia Roberts, Supervisor of Elections?
They can expect me to work as hard as I can, a passion for this role, and a love for this county. And I think everything that I've said in the interview pretty much encompasses what they can expect from me as the next Supervisor of Elections.
Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you feel like everyone needs to know?
I just want to say that I know that we're extremely blessed to live in Gilchrist County, and as finicky as the political realm is and how unkind it can be sometimes, this really has been such a great experience. My candidates has made it a pleasurable experience as well, the other candidates. And, regardless, we need to realize how blessed we are that we have so many people that are willing to stand up for what's right and stand up for their county. You know, it's not easy to run for public office, putting yourself out there and you're serving yourself on a silver platter for everyone's unwanted opinions. So it's not an easy job, but we just really need to realize how blessed we are to have so many people that care.
It's Olivia Roberts for Supervisor of Elections.